Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm excited to do kind of this fun cheeky video with you guys. I've been seeing lots of other people do this on YouTube, and since I'm fragrance obsessed, I thought I would do it too. So this whole video is about fragrances that everybody else likes but I hate or really dislike. So I just thought this would be a fun video. Always remember, if you like a fragrance and it brings you joy and makes your heart smile, please continue to wear it regardless of what I think or anyone else thinks. Fragrance can actually make you happy and feel good and confident, and it's supposed to be fun. I just thought it would be fun to share my thoughts. Since people always ask me what I think about fragrances, this is going to be me just letting it loose and telling you the absolute truth about what I think about these fragrances that are extremely popular, that everybody else seems to like except for me. So we're gonna start off this video hot, and we are going to go with the brand Valentino. Unfortunately, I hate the women's and I hate the men's, every single one. I will say there are a couple of the women's that are okay. There was a limited edition white one, and then the melancholy one, which is the newer one, are okay. The rest of them are icky to me. They smell like cheap plastic sugar, especially the original, the extra dose, and the intense. I'm sorry, they just have a weird plasticky sugar smell to me, and I don't know why anybody would want to wear them. I know they are cult favorites for other people, but I just find it to be icky and smells cheap to me. As for the men's are just a little too much. It's like they're screaming from the rooftops, look at me, but they're not anything that is smell catching, if you get my drift. Again, with the men's, I think the limited edition white one and the melancholy one for men was also the key players in that particular brand. Coral Fantasy is all right as well, but overall they just are not, they just scream young and they don't scream high-end designer to me, and I really don't like them, men's or women's, unfortunately. I know they are extremely popular, but they are a big no-no for me. Moving on, stop picking on poor Valentino to start. Next up is going to be YSL, Libra specifically. I do not know why women want to smell like wood. It's a weird masculine woody fragrance for a woman, and I just don't understand it. It's giving me like the bedding from a hamster cage, and I know everybody loves this fragrance, but all I can smell is the woody notes in it, and it's very unappealing. There's nothing sexy about it. It is pushing the full envelope of unisex, and I just don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy any of them, not even the limited edition vanilla couture one they did. Definitely not the Newberry one they came out with. Every single one of them I think are icky. If I had to pick one, there's like an all white one that's supposed to kind of be tropical that is probably the best out of the group, but I still think all of them are kind of woody and pushing masculine territory, and they're loud and kind of screechy in my opinion. I just don't like those from YSL. To pick on YSL a little more, I'm also not a opium fan, the original or the new black opiums. The only one I can say that I honestly like is Overred. Everything else is just way too coffee predominant for me. I don't like coffee fragrances, so those fragrances never work for me. And then the original was just kind of a patchouli earthy balm, and I never liked that either. As far as picking on men's YSL, I can't really pick on men's YSL. It's a lot better than the women's. I will say the new products like Y and Myself, unfortunately, are kind of redundant. I feel like it's all citrus woody and there's not that much of a difference amongst the group. So I think if you have one, you have them all. So you're not, reinventing the wheel there. So moving on, next up is Carolina Herrera, Good Girl. I absolutely hate these fragrances. I do kind of like the shoe design. I think that that's cute, but it also has kind of a tacky feel at the same time. The fragrances are mature, older lady floral, and somehow the people who are buying these tend to be usually a younger girl. I will say the blush is probably the best choice, but they all are kind of nauseating and give me a headache with those floral notes. And they all have like a weird powdery dry down, doesn't matter which one. And none of them are good smelling to me. I just get mature older lady and I just don't like the scents at all. And the packaging can be cute, but it can also be tacky. It's kind of walking a weird line. So that is a definite no from me. Their new fragrance, La Bamba, the packaging is so stinking cute. I'm sure everyone's buying it just for the packaging, and I don't blame them. The little butterfly packaging, really great. My issue with the product is it just smells weird. It doesn't smell like any of the notes that it actually says that it has, like dragon fruit in it. It doesn't smell like that. There's nothing fruity happening in that fragrance. When I will say on paper, it smells funky, kind of like medicine-y, if I am being completely honest. And then when I wore it, it was a little better, but it was just not a good fragrance. And it's loud, but you can't really pick out any of the notes, and it doesn't smell anything like what the notes are. So that is a big no for me, and I don't recommend. And I know that one's been extremely popular, I'm sure, for the packaging, but it is just a yucky scent. I'm sorry, it's not good. Then we're gonna move into the most controversial one I'm gonna talk about here is Kayali. I do not understand the hype around this brand or these fragrances. I think their marketing is wonderful. I think the people involved are great. I get that they're trying to make an affordable, accessible fragrance. I get that, and I love all of those things. However, all of the fragrances kind of smell a little cheap to me and young, and they, in my opinion, don't really last. If I had to pick one that I liked, I would probably say it's the lychee one that I think smells the best. Pear is okay, and then some of her, like the Maui in the bottle was okay. But when I wear them, or I tried to wear them, because I keep forcing myself to try to like Kayali, I think everyone else loves it, I must just be missing something. I will wear it and it immediately disappears, or I just smell like a kid. It's just, there's nothing sophisticated or special about her fragrances, or that separates her from any other celebrity brand fragrance, in my personal opinion. And I don't recommend her products. And I honestly find Bougie Marshmallow to just be a cheap, tacky scent. It does not smell good. What adult woman wants to smell like marshmallows? It's just weird. I don't know. I really don't like it. And I find it shocking how many adult women over 50 are buying Bougie Marshmallow. It makes no sense to me. The cute little young teens, like, that makes sense, right? Like sugary candy things. I just think as an adult woman, you should have a fragrance that is more representation of the person that you are today, and maybe not the person you were. And it just seems a little weird to be wearing a juvenile fragrance as an adult woman, and I honestly don't think it smells good. So that is my issue with Kayali. I'm so sorry if you love it. I know you probably do, but I just think they all smell kind of icky and cheap. Sorry. I think you'd be better off going with something maybe Middle Eastern, and trying some of their fun variety fragrances if you're trying to stay on a budget. The next one, Glossier You. I get people asking about this fragrance regularly, and I must be missing the hype, because it doesn't smell like anything. It smells like rubbing alcohol. I've even tried putting it on, and it doesn't really have much of a smell. So I don't know why you want to spend your hard-earned money on a fragrance that doesn't really have anything going for it. I get that they're meant to be used and layered and all of these things, and it's like a molecular fragrance. I just don't like it because I honestly can't really smell it. And I think for spending that kind of money, I want to be able to smell it, and I don't know why you'd want to buy a fragrance you can't smell. It just doesn't make sense to me. Plus, they're all very Ambroxan heavy, and that's one of those things you either can really smell or you kind of can't smell, and it just falls very flat for me, and I don't understand the hype at all. And for the price point, it just seems ridiculous to me that people would even waste their money on something that they can't smell. Moving on, we're gonna hit some men's fragrances that I absolutely despise. Dior Sauvage. It is probably one of the worst men's fragrances out there that I constantly smell on repeat. I also notice only men buy this fragrance. It's very rarely I get women coming in asking for Dior Sauvage, especially now. It is a very heavy, cracked, black pepper, lemon, woody fragrance, and it's just kind of offensive. It smells sharp and screechy and kind of like cooking, but not in a good way. It's just a very powerful, intense fragrance that I don't like and I don't recommend. I think Dior is a wonderful company, makes wonderful fragrances, but this one, it's just yucky. If I had to pick one, I'd say the Elixir is probably the best, and even that one has kind of a medicine-y scent to it. There's something about that pepper and wood and lemon I just really don't care for, and I find it really offensive to smell. And it's weird because if someone's wearing it, you know exactly that that's what they're wearing, and it's just played out and it's not cool. And I don't really know why it got popular other than Johnny Depp was their spokesperson, and it is probably one of my least favorite men's fragrance. It's pretty bad in my opinion. I do not recommend. We're gonna pick on some of our celebrity fragrances now. Ariana Grande. I don't get the hype here either. I know everybody loves it and says Cloud is so wonderful and it's a dupe for Baccarat. It's not even close to Baccarat. If you want to get close to Baccarat, you need to be wearing Burberry hair. Okay? Same perfumer was involved with that, the nose, all of that stuff. So people need to maybe know what they're actually smelling maybe a little bit more. I think people are just kind of selling that to get her fragrance out the door. Are they the worst celebrity fragrance I've ever smelled? No. But are they good or have any kind of quality or longevity? No. I kind of think that she's just putting it out because she can put it out, and I don't think there's anything special or magical about this fragrance. It kind of falls in that same bougie marshmallow category for me, and I just don't like it. I've tried her other fragrances and they're all just nothing special. Okay, not a fragrance I would suggest to anybody personally, but I know people love and adore it. Another celebrity fragrance, unfortunately, that I'm going to hit now, just while we're talking about celebrity fragrances, is going to be Rare Beauty fragrance. I know people, I really do think Selena has some great things going on with her makeup line and her career, and acting and singing. I think she's a wonderful person with a big caring heart. I even like the bottle design and how she makes it easy for people to hold and spray. I appreciate all of those things, but the scent just isn't anything special. It smells like anything you can get at Bath and Body Works. It has like a caramel vanilla scent, which we've smelled 100 times. It's just not unique enough or special enough for her to stand out in the market with 500 million and one vanillas. So I just don't like it. I do like the packaging and I do like her. And I think she's got some other great products, but unfortunately her fragrance isn't one of them. Another vanilla fragrance that I just can't stand is Billie Eilish. Like, her fragrances are so yucky. I don't like, they smell cheap and synthetic, and it smells like, kind of reminds me of a lotion from the 90s that we used to get from Bath and Body Works. Like, it just doesn't smell good. And then her second fragrance completely smells like men's fragrance. I wish she just would have marketed that as unisex and it probably would have done well, but because it's marketed for women, it doesn't do well. And then her third installment doesn't smell good at all either. So I just don't really know why celebrity fragrances haven't come farther. In my opinion, I don't get it. So those are the celebrity fragrances that are just like absolute no for me. We're gonna go back and pick on some designers again. Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue and Devotion. I don't like these fragrances. I have tried for years to force myself to like light blue. It just pushes a little too unisex for me, and I always feel like I smell masculine. There's not enough to it for it to be feminine, at least not with my body chemistry. So it's one I've always hated, and I never understood the hype and why people like it and buy it. Especially with all of the wonderful like fruity and other citrus fragrances that we have out there now, it doesn't make sense why people are still wearing light blue. But I know there's those people who say it's their favorite and has been for 20 years. I just don't see the hype, and I do keep trying to wear it and force myself to like it because it has had such a long cult following, and I still just don't get the hype. As far as Devotion, I don't like this. It doesn't smell like a lemon panna cotta or an Italian dessert like they're trying to say. It is just a very loud, screechy fragrance, and I don't like it, and it gives me a headache. So personally, it's a no for me. I don't get it. Like, the packaging is absolutely beautiful, and I know that Dolce & Gabbana has some other gems in their line, but that one's just not it. I will say the newer one, I think it's My Devotion, like the soft pink one, which is like a pear fragrance, is much better, but it still kind of gives me a headache every time I wear it. Even though I love pear fragrances, there's something in it that isn't quite right for me, and I can't figure it out. But if I had to pick one out of that collection, I would say that was the better choice. Moving on to another one that I know everyone's really gonna be mad at me for saying. I hate Sol de Janeiro. I hate body sprays in general, so that also includes Flor or any other body spray that people are buying. I don't know why everyone's spending their hard-earned money on virtually nothing. It's mostly water, and it doesn't make sense to me why you would want to spend all of your money on a water fragrance that doesn't last and doesn't stay on. I know it gets people into fragrance and it's a more accessible price point. I get all of those things, but I would much rather spend $30 or $40 on a travel fragrance that I know is going to stay on me for the next 6 to 8 hours instead of a body spray that I have on for maybe 15 minutes. I just don't get it, and I just feel like it's garbage marketing, and we're constantly putting out products that aren't worth buying just to put something out. It's not necessarily the scents themselves that I don't like, which there are quite a few that I cannot stand. There are some that are manageable. I just wish that maybe they would go the extra step and actually make a lighter weight perfume so people can stop investing and wasting their money on a body spray. That's just my opinion. I don't think adult women should be wearing body spray. It's meant to be like an entry-level smell for young girls, for just, fun, or, after the gym or reapplying. But if it's the only thing you're wearing, I think you maybe need to reevaluate how you're spending your money, especially when we have things like travel fragrances. You can try everything in a travel fragrance and actually get fragrance that lasts. We also have Middle Eastern fragrances, which are in the same price point as a body spray, and they're gonna last 6 to 8 hours on your skin. It just blows my mind why anybody would waste their time on a body spray. It just doesn't make sense, and I can't recommend it, and I hope people eventually stop buying them because it's a waste. It's just a waste of money. So those are my fragrances that I hate or dislike that everybody else loves. Again, if you guys love them and they make your heart sing, please keep wearing them. Don't ever let anybody stop you from doing you. I just thought this would be fun to share my personal thoughts and opinions on some very popular fragrances that I personally do not like and don't think are worth it. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching my videos. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I post a new video every Tuesday. In that description box will always be my Instagram for daily posts, and I will catch you guys on the next one.